We're back with John Mallett. He is America's mortgage coach and author of Buy Your First Home Today. And you're here to tell us that it is absolutely possible. It is the American dream to own your own home. And what has stopped a lot of people in their tracks is they think that they're coming up short. And it's not true. But when we were breaking for the commercial, you said that there were three important things for people to remember. Why don't you go ahead and let us know what those three things are?
Yeah, three things. The first thing is to have an ironclad loan approval. A pre-approved loan, your credit's been checked, you've got your income documentation. I know this sounds horrible, but you got to have pay stubs today. You got to prove that you can actually make the payment and get an ironclad approval. The second thing is to get a great real estate professional. If you're trying to do it on your own, I would never do that. You're shooting yourself in the foot. A good real estate professional is worth their weight in gold. And the third one is to use me or whoever the lender that you're using, call the listing agent after the offer's been presented and brag up your client. Brag up the fact that you're so well qualified. It'd be crazy not to take this offer. And do those three things, and you'll find that you'll get a lot further ahead than normal.
So when it comes time to actually make the offer, of course, a cash offer seems like it is most desirable because it's right there. You don't have to even think about it. But that's not necessarily true. What would make someone who would require a mortgage to go into a home just as desirable as a 100% cash offer?
Yeah. We have people making cash offers all the time against my clients that are putting down 3 to 5 to 10%, and our offers get accepted many times. And the reason is that the seller is really interested in who is going to be living in the property. We call it a seller's legacy. And if the seller is just interested in getting a price and leaving and getting out of town, then that may not be the way to go. That may not be the offer that's accepted. But if the seller is really interested in who belongs or who's going to be in that house, if it's a young family, and you don't need to write a letter or anything like that. That's getting a little bit frowned upon right now. But the idea that the seller is going to be asking, well, who is it that wants to buy my home? When they find out it's a family, they're going to say, oh yeah, that's who I want to leave in my area. And so there's always ways that you can go about it. Also, you can tweak the deal. That means you can shorten the contingency period as far as the loan approval goes. You can waive the appraisal contingency. There's a lot of things you can do if you can structure the loan properly from the beginning. That's why it's so important to be pre-approved.
What are some of the craziest stories you've ever heard of someone wanting to court a seller?
I think sometimes they come up with these letters. And they used to be really a good thing. I mean, it was a great thing to do where they had the letters, they had the picture of the family, and the family would present it to the seller and say, this is who we are. And in some areas that can be okay, but it's becoming more frowned upon because they feel like it is trying to give too much of an advantage. They want to just kind of straight out to say, okay, here's the price, here's the terms. And so now it's really important to tweak the deal as the terms go on.
Oh, I see.
Shortening the approvals, things of that nature.
I've heard even people baking cookies and giving those to sellers, all kinds of gifts.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You bet.
And what would you advise someone who maybe doesn't get the first home that they apply for to keep trying?
Right. You got to keep going. There's no way. See, the thing is people think that the market is in a bubble in some sort, and it's really not in a bubble. It's simply that there's more demand than there is supply, and prices will probably moderate at some point. But right now, it's a very hot market. So if you can buy responsibly, now is the time to go for it.
And let me ask you one last question, though. Do you foresee things slowing down anytime soon?
Yeah, I think that rates are going to rise at some point, and when they rise, then it's going to ebb out the the pricing escalation that's going on right now. For every 1% of rate that the rates go down, another 500,000 people qualify. So right now, naturally, a lot of people are coming into the market. So as rates go up, I think it'll moderate a little bit. I think there will be a price correction, but it's not going to be anything near what we're used to, in 2008.
John Mallett, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're great, Layla. Thank you.
We're back after this.